Let's make a fursuit dummy rack from parts found entirely at Home Depot. You're going to head down the aisle with the plumbing parts and locate the steel pipes and connectors. For my rack, I used all half-inch pipes and connectors. These parts were all labeled in pink, which made it really easy for me to grab everything I needed. Double check each item as you scan it to make sure it's all the same size, and let's head home. These parts were really dirty due to the milling process, so let's use my favorite degreaser, Dawn. We're going to give these a nice bath, a rinse, and then once we're done here, we're going to lay them out to dry. Once dried, I went through and removed the last of any residue with some regular acetone. Put a little bit on a paper towel, give each piece a wipe, keep going until you can give it a wipe with a fresh paper towel and it comes back clean. Make sure your pieces are all bone dry before assembling. We're going to start by laying out the bottom frame. Here I have 4 3-way connectors for the corners, 2 T connectors for the vertical bars, 4 8-inch pipes for the narrow sides, and 2 48-inch lengths for the long sides. Start by connecting a long length of pipe to a corner and working all the way around back to the same corner. Now here is where it can be tricky. Connect the short pipe to the corner and twist it all the way in, but not too tight. Then line it up with the T connector and untwist the pipe from the corner. Your goal is to untwist it halfway from the corner while making contact and connecting it inside the T connector. Now we're going to slide on the 1-inch threadings onto the casters and then twist them into the bottom of the 3-way corner connectors. Very nice. Now twist in 2 of the 48-inch lengths into the T connectors to make up the main portion of your sidebars. Add a straight connector to the top and give it a measure. Based on your current dummy, you can figure out what extra lengths you might need in order to reach your height goal. Could be a little, could be a lot. Once you have the desired height, add the elbow connectors to the tops of the sidebars and twist in your last 48-inch length pole for the top piece. Now here's where it gets tricky again. You're going to thread in one of your side pieces all the way into the top elbow, but not too tight. Then unthread it halfway while threading it into the straight connector on the other end. Here you can see us twisting it down into the lower straight connector while applying a little bit of pressure. And here you can see the half threaded into the top and then half threaded into the bottom. Now you are done and ready to hang up a dummy. I love the wheels on this. They lock and unlock, so I can move it back and forth in my shop as needed. It's super handy and easy to adjust for the height of any client. There's a big enough gap at the bottom for foot paws between the bottom bars as well. Here is a very tall dummy on this rack. They are crazy 6'7", but I still have perfect clearance for his feet. And here is the same dummy with a bodysuit and foot paws, or hooves in this case, all hung up. So here is the same rack with no adjustments made and my next client on it. They are much shorter at 5'2", so let's fix it. I'm going to start by undoing the pole on the side that was half twisted and removing the 12-inch piece off of each side. And you know what? I think that height works. So I did the whole half threading thing again, and here we go. Same rack, adjusted for someone who's way shorter. We've got good foot clearance at the bottom. Still plenty of space to swing her all the way around. Yep, I'm quite happy with that. And with those wheels, I can tuck her away in my designated dummy spot in my shop. Now, if you want to build the taller dummy rack for yourself, here's a list of everything I used. 5 48-inch pieces of pipe, 4 8-inch pieces of pipe, 2 12-inch pieces of pipe, 2 6-inch pieces of pipe, 4 straight coupling connectors, 4 1-inch threads only for the casters, 2 elbows for the top bars, 2 T connectors for the bottom of the vertical bars, 4 3-way connectors for the bottom wheel corners, and 4 half-inch pipe caster wheel accessories if you want it movable. Otherwise, straight floor flanges work just fine. The total cost for everything here was $295 Canadian dollars after tax, which can seem steep for a simple looking rack, but for the adjustability and versatility of it, I think it's worth it. And that's it. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and happy building, everyone!